Hey guys, it's Mrs. Luclin, and you're watching Questions and Answers with the Luclin Family.
You're actually listening. Just don't tell her that.
Haha, you're funny.
So, what did we do? We went and picked out some questions. Now, we have a bunch of questions picked out. We went through and read through a lot of questions. There's tons and tons of questions between the two channels. And so we went through and we picked out some that we're going to answer, and we're going to answer some in each episode that we do.
Yeah, so we'll do a little bit today, and then we'll do more later.
Yes. All right, so, are we ready?
Yes.
All right, so the first question comes from Minecraft Life 7 Games. That's an awesome name, Minecraft Life 7 Games. Is that you in the picture? I would hope so.
I hope it is.
Unless we stole someone else's family.
Me? Is that you?
That's me. Is that you,
that
little
you?
Ethan?
Yeah.
That's you. All right, so we're good. All right, check. Thank you for that question.
All right, this is from LuxyX3. What are your ages?
I am 35.
How old are you?
35.
And I am, oh great, how old am I? 33. And what are you?
11 and a half.
Oh,
good job.
Yeah, 11 and a half.
You'll be 12
You're right.
soon. Well,
Yep.
So, okay. Thank you for that question, LuxyX3. So the next question is...
Where did you and Mrs. Luclin meet? MCNRF?
We met on a blind date in Hawaii.
yes.
Yes, that's
It
how
was
we
my
met.
best friend and his best friend were dating, and my best friend kept saying, come out on a date with me, and I was like, no, I don't want to go. And so they finally got us to go on a date, and we went to a movie and I think dinner.
Yeah, I fell asleep during the movie.
Yes, he did. He did fall asleep during the movie.
Because I was in the military and we came back from a field exercise that we were out there for like, I think it was like almost 2 weeks straight. So I was pretty exhausted, but I did fall asleep in the movie.
Yeah, when I first met him, I was like, I don't know about this. And my best friend kept telling me, go, just keep going back with him. And,
do you remember the movie? It was one with Matthew Broderick. It was one with Matthew Broderick.
No.
And he had the little rose in his hand.
Oh, what was that movie called?
I don't remember, but I remember he was in it. I can't remember who else was in it.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But that was the movie, so if you guys figure it out, let us know, because we don't know. Alright, so next question is from, let's see, Clint Caras. How long did you date till you got married? Almost about 2 years.
Yeah, it was almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years before we got married. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It was cool. A lot of fun.
Yeah, are we going to tell the story about that?
What story? There's many of them. You go ahead, be my guest. If you're bringing it up.
How you moved to Florida?
Oh yeah, when I moved to Florida.
He moved to Florida, and I pretty much followed him there.
Yep, and then she's been
And
with
we
me
got
ever
married
since.
exactly a week later or something like that.
I think it was a week later.
After I went to Florida?
Yeah, we were engaged. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait,
pretty
we
cool.
didn't get to that question. Those questions.
No, we didn't. We're answering questions
We're
before we
jumping
get to
ahead
it.
of ourselves.
Sorry. All right, so thank you, Clint, for that question. Star War 83. Luclin, when did you know you wanted to marry Miss Luclin? Wow, let's see.
I want to see what your answer is.
You know, it's a really tough question to answer. It's really tough to answer, and I'll say why it's tough to answer, because there were so many moments when we first met. Like, I was the type of person that wasn't on the track to get married. I just like to have fun and party and hang out, and probably the night that we were sitting in front of her house, this is the first time I told her I loved her too, by the way, and I was really serious about this because I didn't tell anybody just that. And so when I told her that, I know we're getting all soft and mushy here, but when I told her that, at that point in my life, that's when I decided this is the woman that I wanted to marry.
That's so funny.
Why?
Why is it funny?
Why is it funny?
Because that's the exact same moment that I had.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
See, you guys are bringing out that in us. That's so great.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that question. That's a really good question.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Ethan, what's the next question?
Next
right here,
question
number
is
6.
from
Stouty
Alex.
Stouty Alex.
Luclin, how old were you when you got married?
I was 21 years old, fresh out of the military by choice.
And I was only 19.
She was 19. So yeah,
We were
21
young.
and 19. So we were pretty young. All right, let's see. Tryhard Spartan 117. Luclin, how long have you been married? We're going to be going on 14 years of being married pretty soon
Yep.
here.
On January 11th.
14 years. It's crazy. We've been married for, I would have to say, longer than some of our subscribers have been alive. So yeah, we've been married for 14 years. It's pretty nuts. It's awesome too. Having
Yeah,
a
it
good
is.
time. All right, who's the next one? Thank you, Tryhard. The next one is Hidden Anime, HOTD.
Okay, it says, how long have you two been together? 16 years, about almost 16 years.
Almost 16 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Time flies by.
Yeah, it does.
It's just, yeah, it's nuts. Time just flies by. That's all I can really say. So enjoy it while you can. It's very precious.
Okay, I like this next question.
Okay.
Okay, next question is MC Gaming Girl, and it says, who does little Ethan look more like, Mrs. Luclin or Mr. Luclin? And this is hilarious. It's really funny because we have a picture of Big Ethan when he was, what, like 5?
No, I think I was
Like-
probably probably
Yeah, about 5 or
something like
6.
that. Yeah.
And little Ethan, when he was 5 or 6, people would come to the house and say, when was this picture taken? Where was little Ethan at? I'm like, that's not little Ethan, it's Big Ethan.
Yeah, so he's like a carbon copy. I call him my greatest creation because I started out as a 3D artist, and when he was born, I was like, that's my greatest creation. So, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
he
cool.
looks exactly like him. Everybody that sees the two of them together says that it's exact replica.
Yes. Very cool. Thank you for the question, MC Gaming Girl. All right, so next question, Double B Warfare. Ethan, what's that say right there?
I know this is a sad question to ask. Is it true that little Ethan had a brother? Yes, it is true. He was 2.
It was right before his 2nd birthday.
That was right before his 2nd birthday.
And his name was Devin.
Yeah.
Devin, and he passed away on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. He
Ethan was 5 at the time.
No,
So-
he was 4.
Was he 4? He was almost
Yeah,
5.
He was almost 5.
He was almost 5, and it was really for little Ethan. And I know he probably doesn't remember a lot of this, but like him and Devin were becoming, like Devin was a baby and couldn't, he got around, with us, and he started getting around on his own, and we'd find him in Ethan's room playing with toys, and next thing you know, they find them playing together, and you're like, wow, look at that, they're bonding as brothers. And that was about the time that's when Devin left us. So it was a really, as a parent, it was a really hard thing to see little Ethan go through. So yeah, little Ethan had a baby brother.
Yeah, he passed away from bronchial pneumonia.
Yeah.
He was fine Friday, got sick Saturday, and passed away on Sunday. It was really quick, and they actually had to do an autopsy just to see what happened because it was so quick and
Yeah,
fast.
it was.
He went so fast.
We had no idea. It was
Yeah, I was
pretty crazy.
I was at the house and I was playing with my aunt, and that's when I was like, "Where's my brother?" And then they said that he passed away, so I was really sad.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the story, guys. And if you want to see more about it, we have an episode on our Family Adventures, episode 28. That there's a memorial that's dedicated to him on there. If you
And we
want
actually
to
talk
hear
more about him and
Yeah.
what all we went through at that time, and some memories, some of our good memories that we
Yeah.
had with him.
Thank you, Double B Warfare, for the question.
Yes.
All right, question 11, Mr. Banana Man 999. My question is, where do you live?
That's a lot of energy.
It is a lot of energy, wasn't it? Where do you live? Well, we live in the great state of Texas. Yeehaw! Ding! Yeah, we live in Texas. So yeah, that's where we live. Well, we live in San Antonio, Texas. I mean,
Yes.
everybody knows where we live, so we live in San Antonio, Texas. It's the 7th largest city in the United States. So, yes.
Wow, look at you. You knowing your facts.
I know my facts, girl. I know my facts, girl. All right.
Okay,
so,
next question.
Sabs 21.
Does that sound familiar?
That
either one of
sounds.
you?
Oh yeah,
That sounds real familiar.
Sabs 21. Who's that?
Sabrina.
That's a good friend of
Sabrina.
ours.
That's actually my
That's our
best
best
friend.
friends.
So
That is her.
It is her. It is her. How did you guys become so awesome?
Because we have friends like you.
Because we have friends like you guys. That's why. That's how we became so awesome.
Well,
I just had to put that in there because I wanted to see if you guys would know who that was.
I knew who it was.
I
right
saw
off
it
the
on
bat.
there and I started laughing.
So this is a shout out for our friends, Sabrina and Taj, and we love you guys. So.
All right.
All right. Question number 13. Kizzle loves cake.
Kizzy loves cake.
Is that Kizzy?
Kizzy
loves cake.
cake.
Kizzy loves cake. All right.
You like cake?
I love cake too.
I love
Cake
cake.
is cool. I mean,
Cake
I
is
don't eat a
good.
lot of cake, but
No.
cake is good. I like it from HEB. Cake is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's going to know what HEB is. 'cause
Unless
it's
you're in
only
Texas. All right. So, this is a good one. Where is your family genes from? Scotland, Ireland, Germany, Italy. Well, for me on my side, mine's Scotland, Ireland, Italy. I'm like Swedish, Maltese, Scottish, Irish.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And Italian. Probably mostly Italian.
If you were a dog, you'd be a mutt.
Yeah, I'd probably be a mutt. I'd be a mutt. So, yeah, there you go. Now, on the other hand, Miss Luclin is what?
Pretty much full German.
Full German. So, yeah. So, there you go. There's our background. Our ethnic, what do you call it? Our ethnic background. There we go. I don't know. That's what you call it, I guess. So there you go. That's it. All right. So Ethan, next question, number 14.
Penguin 8599. Have you ever thought about having another kid?
It's funny you bring that up.
It is
Because
funny.
yes, we are. We are thinking about having another kid.
We've been really talking about it lately, so.
Yes, someone else that can join the gaming
Maybe
family.
so.
So yeah, thank you for that question, and we are thinking about it. All right, next one, Shimon, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's Mr. Lucklin's, Ethan's job, and what's Mrs. Lucklin's job? Well, my job is what I'm doing right now, entertaining you guys full time. So yeah, and I also do game design too for Pixel Loop Games. That is the company that I am part owner of. So that's what I do.
And I have a fun, exciting job. I bet everybody would love to have my job.
You work in the medical field, don't you?
Yes, I do. I process medical claims.
She works as an
Actually, I do
insurance.
like my job. It's fun. It's just really repetitious.
But it's
and-
nerve-wracking
yeah.
too. What do you deal with? Really expensive things and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do hospital claims, and it can be really high dollar claims, and
yeah.
yeah, it's stressful. It's a lot of hours right now, so.
Yeah.
But I still like it.
All right, so let's see. Last question. Go Joseph W. What made you decide that you wanted to go into game design? That's a good question, because when I first started out, I started out doing web design, and then I had enough time, free time, to learn 3D, and then I started just doing 3D on my own, that in Photoshop, and this was like 14 years ago.
Yes, I have to say something real quick.
Okay, say it.
When we first met, he didn't even know really you never even really been on a computer or anything, right?
No, never.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
then he started seeing at my parents' house the computer that they had, and he'd go on there all the time, and then he got hooked and had to go buy his own computer.
Yep, and that's basically it. All right, so when I was there and I was doing the web design, I was learning 3D and this and that. Well, my first job was actually doing special effects for movie and television. So I started doing that, and that was a lot of fun, and got into that. And I was also a big gamer, and I love playing games. And the game that I played the most was a game called Rainbow Six Rogue Spear. It was a Tom Clancy game by Red Storm Entertainment, and they released some modding tools, the first ever that I knew of. We were probably some of the first modders when it came to first-person shooters. And I became a modder for that game, and I started modding it and making my own levels and playing around with it. And then they released a tool, basically a plugin for 3D Studio Max, one of the programs that I use, and it let me export models from Max into the game, which was the first version of the Unreal Engine. And at that point, I was hooked. I loved doing that. What I loved about it so much was creating something in one program, putting it in a game engine, and then being able to run around it with my character and shoot it and go, I put that in there and I made that. So that's why I decided to get into game design. So there you go, guys. I think
Yeah,
that's it, right?
That's it.
Yep.
All
Questions
right.
and answers with the Luclin family.
Thanks, everyone.
So we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.